Hi, good afternoon. My name is Carla Sanchez, and today I will be going over the graphic novel of my choice, which was Mouse. So I'm just going to briefly summarize everything that I have here. So this is the summary part of it. So pretty much, Mouse is a graphic novel that centers around a man called Vladek Spiegelman. So the story is mainly about him. He is a Holocaust survivor. So we get Vladek's perspective and insight of his life and all the hardships that he went through because his son Artie interviews him at various times during different occasions. So then Vladek begins to recall the events, the details, and he begins telling the stories to Artie. Some of the hardships he had to face was losing his factory. He did lose his first son, Richie, in an attempt to save him from the Holocaust, but eventually what happened was that Richie was poisoned. He had to be running away and hiding most of his life, and he was also executed more than once. He did escape death more than once. So it does speak about all the hardships that Vladek went through pre, during, and post the Holocaust. Also, the hardships that his family, his loved ones went through as well. Also, this novel portrays Jews as mice, Germans as cats, and Poles as pigs. So the evaluation, pretty simple. So the evaluation contains, the novel contains many interesting illustrations that are very eye-catching, especially with the fact that, the races are portrayed as pigs. So that itself instantly kind of awakes an interest to the readers. And it is pretty easy to understand the main problem. It easily depicts the Holocaust. So, it helps them comprehend and grasp the severity, cruelty, and impact of the Holocaust. The illustrations are well composed, easy to understand. They accurately depict the characters' emotions. So, throughout the illustrations, you can perfectly see Vladek's emotions. Sometimes he looks concerned, sometimes he looks sad. It's very easy to understand. And the fact that all the illustrations are black and white, it perfectly pairs up with the overall message. So my rationale for use is that the graphic novel would be good to incorporate into specific content areas, so specifically English and history, and preferably for high school grade levels and above. Again, this is a graphic novel and it goes over a very sensitive subject, which is the Holocaust, and it does kind of contain some strong images, so I would definitely suggest for high school grade levels and up, and nothing below. So this graphic novel can help students analyze text and illustrations while teaching them about an important event in history, which is the Holocaust. So it does kind of like knock out two subjects at once, which is English and history. So it's very important and informative as far as the Holocaust, because it does contain massive details as to how the Jews were treated, what they went through, and things like that. Okay, so ideas for integrating the novel into content curriculum. So to integrate this graphic novel into my curriculum, I would have my students answer an anticipation guide prior to reading the actual novel, and that would be to activate prior knowledge and to determine how much information they already know about the Holocaust. So once that's done, I would have them read the graphic novel. I would give them a few days to read the graphic novel, either during class or on their own. Then I would assign a group activity, 3 to 4 students perhaps, for them to discuss, the main ideas, what they have learned, what they didn't know, what they found surprising, just for them to basically talk about it. Then I would perhaps assign an essay with a prompt that ties into what they have read, something that they can relate to their personal life. So, for example, something like what are some hardships you have had to overcome? How do you relate to Vladek, or perhaps even Artie? So this is it. Thank you so much.